Live from Chicago's very own, this is WGN Morning
Hi, Mark. It's
News.
Robin. I still have the wrong map in the telestrip.
Good morning, Chicago. It's Monday, August 21st, and you are waking up to a sunny 63 degrees, a little bit cooler. I'm Sonia Gant.
Feels pleasant, doesn't it?
It did, coming in this morning. It was really nice.
Instead of the humidity. I'm Jackie Bange. Hope you had a very good weekend. In the news this morning, the search is on for 2 swimmers reported missing in Lake Michigan.
Plus heartburn coming up in your health. Find out if that pain in your chest is heartburn or really something more serious.
Also, big news for Bozo fans. Coming up later in the show, in the second half hour of the show, Bozo the Clown will join us with details of a major ticket announcement.
Larry has the day off today, and so we say good morning to Roseanne. What do you have coming up in the news?
Good morning, Sonia and Jackie. We've all heard the evidence. Now the jurors are expected to begin deliberations later today in the Mel Reynolds sexual misconduct trial. I'll have details in just a moment.
And look, we are on bakery duty this morning. La Madeleine is in Lakeview. Good morning. I'm Joni Lum. Let's go inside. Ah, what a welcome. La Madeleine welcomes Joni and all the crew from WGN TV. Let's step inside just very quickly. Good morning.
Bonjour. Welcome to La Madeleine.
Who says that the French have an attitude? And I have a feeling that we're going to be showing you some sweets and tantalizing your taste buds coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Paul Huttner here in the Weather Center. We have a beautiful morning underway. It is gorgeous. Another nice day on the way. Low humidity, plenty of sunshine. Let's check it out. Right now this morning, a sweet-looking morning. We have sunshine. Updated temperature now 67 degrees. And here's the day cast. We're looking at plenty of sun all day, just a few high clouds throughout the day. Our high today about 86, but with low humidity. Our sunset creeping back now, 7:45. Jackie and Sonia coming up. I'll have a look at how long this comfortable weather will last and will the heat return. That's in weather in a few minutes.
You've been gone for a very long time. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back. I missed you.
I missed you, too. We both did.
We did. It's 7:02 right now, and good morning, Robin. Hope you had a nice weekend.
I sure did, Sonia and Jackie. You won't miss a whole lot of traffic northbound on the north-south tollway. You'll find it right around the Boughton Toll Plaza. They just got an accident there off to the shoulder. Hopefully that delay won't stick around too long because they got the accident off to the side pretty quickly. North of there, you'll find 355. A little bit sluggish around Roosevelt and building again further north at Army Trail, but not too bad yet. Elsewhere, let's check things out on the Kennedy-Edens combination. You're going to find big delays on the Kennedy getting to the outbound Edens. That's because outbound right around Dempster just got an accident off to the side. As a result, you're heavy basically from before Belmont all the way up to Dempster because of that crash, and the Kennedy delays continue out to about Sayre. Let's check how that's holding up travel time-wise as we check out the River Road Toll Plaza. You can see it's just in the building stages. Manual's a little bit worse than the automatics. As for making your way out to O'Hare, though, here's your travel time. You're looking at 45 minutes out to the big airport because of that crash on the Edens at Dempster. And inbound, it's about 30 from O'Hare into downtown. As for the Edens itself, still 30 minutes from Lake Hook into the junction. Back north, tack on an extra 5. The Eisenhower 45 in from Route 53. Stevenson doing the trek in from the Tri-State 40 minutes, and the Van Ryan 45 thanks to that ongoing Robert. Jackie, Sonia?
All right, thank you.
It's 7:03 right now, and topping our news, a breaking story. Dr. Jack Kevorkian has assisted in the death of a Skokie woman. 46-year-old Esther Cohen, who suffered from multiple sclerosis, died early today and was counseled by Kevorkian for several months. Cohen's body was left at a suburban Detroit hospital. The doctor's attorney says this is at least the 25th death that Kevorkian has attended since 1990.
A search is on this morning for 2 swimmers in Lake Michigan. Police say 2 young men are missing off the Indiana Dunes National Lake Shore. Signs were clearly posted yesterday to keep swimmers from going in at Porter Beach, where waves were higher than usual. Park officials confirmed a 22-year-old and a 14-year-old from Chicago are missing. Several witnesses saw the older of the 2 go under Sunday evening after struggling in the water. No one saw the 14-year-old in the lake, but his guardian believes he was also swimming.
Also this morning, closing arguments begin today in a sexual misconduct trial of Congressman Mel Reynolds.
The jury's verdict will probably hinge on who's telling the truth, Congressman Reynolds or his teenage accuser. Roseanne's following the trial and is live with the latest. Good morning, Roseanne.
Good morning, Sonia and Jackie. It's been nearly 3 weeks, but it's almost the end of the road in the congressman's trial. Closing arguments are set to begin at 9 a.m. this morning, with each side getting 2 hours to make its case. And then, well, it will be up to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to determine a verdict. The makeup of the jury in this case: 5 white men, 2 black, 4 black women, and 1 white woman. It's an even split between black and white, half being from the city, the other half from the suburbs. The defense has portrayed Reynolds as the victim of an overzealous state's attorney and a money-hungry schemer, pointing to Beverly Hurd's changing version of her sexual relationship with Reynolds. The congressman says it took place only on the phone and when Hurd was an adult. Indeed, the state's case focuses on a steamy phone conversation recorded after Hurd was an adult, but referring to the couple's alleged sexual escapades while Hurd was still a minor. In the end, Hurd testified that she did indeed have sex with the congressman while a minor, but said she doesn't want to see him go to jail. Other issues in the trial: did Reynolds ask Hurd for nude photos of a 15-year-old girl? That's where the solicitation of child pornography charge comes from. And did he coerce Hurd into recanting her allegations, leading to 4 charges of obstruction of justice? So the 18 days of testimony will be summed up in a total of 4 hours of closing arguments today, presented by Assistant State's Attorney Colleen Highland and defense lawyer Ed Jensen. So in a case filled with twists and turns and some raunchy revelations, it will be interesting to see how the jury processes all the evidence. So we'll bring you up to date just as soon as something happens in the case. Reporting live from the Criminal Courts Building, back to you.
All right, Roseanne, thank you.
In other news, visitation will be held today for 10-year-old Christopher Meyer. Christopher is a young boy whose body was found last week in Kankakee River State Park. Convicted child murderer Timothy Buss is being held on kidnapping charges and is expected to be charged with murder. Neighbors and friends held a vigil yesterday to remember Christopher and ask for justice in the punishment of his killer. Visitation is at Scheffler Funeral Home in Kankakee. The funeral is tomorrow. Illinois Governor Jim Edgar is making it more difficult for convicted murderers like Timothy Buss to be released from prison. Edgar signed the Truth in Sentencing law Sunday, making it impossible for felons convicted of first-degree murder to be released early. The law also requires those convicted of other violent crimes to serve at least 85% of their sentences. Edgar says this is an important step toward controlling crime.
We must do everything we can to keep convicted murderers from killing again, and sex offenders from destroying and shattering even more lives.
The governor wants to get funds for the extra jail space from the private sector. Critics say the plan is too little too late and costs too much.
Overseas, a suicide bomber explodes a pipe bomb on a commuter bus during the morning rush hour in Jerusalem. 6 people are killed, more than 100 are wounded. The blast occurred in the back of a bus traveling through a northern Jerusalem neighborhood. The bus exploded in flames, setting fire to another bus alongside it. Officials say a caller to an Israeli radio said the Islamic militant group Hamas was responsible. The group opposes the peace effort.
Here's a look at some of the other stories in the headlines this morning. The bodies of 3 American diplomats killed in Sarajevo Saturday are on their way home. The diplomats who were taking part in peace talks were killed when their armored transport vehicle slid off a mountain road. President Clinton has ordered U.S. flags be flown at half-staff until Wednesday. The United States is reinforcing its military presence in the Persian Gulf, and training exercises with Kuwaiti soldiers have been moved up a month. Saddam Hussein's son-in-law defected to Jordan earlier this month, and he tells the Associated Press his flight foiled an Iraqi plan to invade Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. In Los Angeles, Judge Lancito faces a tough decision when the Simpson murder trial resumes this week. Ito will have to decide if the jury will hear tapes on which former LAPD detective Mark Furman is heard using racial and sexist slurs. The defense suggests Furman may have planted evidence against Simpson. It's 7:09. We're moving on to sports news this morning. And boy, yesterday was not a wonderful day for all of the teams, all the local teams.
They all lost, didn't they?
Yes.
Well, let's start with the Bears. They had a chance to win late in the game, but they were just off the mark. Eric Kramer, who started the game against the Arizona Cardinals, threw 2 second-half touchdown passes to give the Bears a 6-point lead. But the Bears gave up points on turnovers. A Steve Walsh pass was intercepted and run back for a touchdown. Ouch, painful to watch, huh? And then the Bears' drive was stopped short with 2 minutes left when rookie Rashaan Salam fumbled. Oops, in the 13-yard line. The Bears did have one last chance. There it was, 18 seconds left, but a 37-yard field goal attempt by Kevin Butler is wide. And the Bears lose a close one, 17-16.
Well, the good news, though, it looks like the mayor and Bears president are coming a little bit closer together. They like the governor's idea for McDome, maybe?
Yeah. They at first said, no, we want an open-air stadium, and now, you know, they've talked about out in the burbs, McCaskey has, and now they're considering a McDome over at McCormick Place. We shall see. It is not over yet.
It's all over the papers this morning, so we could be watching Bears football in a couple of years indoors.
Oh, well, let's continue the bad news in sports.
In baseball, the Cubs lose a tough one in the 9th inning. Vinny Castilla hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to lift the Colorado Rockies over the Cubs 4-2. The Texas Rangers score all 6 of their runs in the first inning and beat the White Sox 6-4. Tonight's game with the Tigers in Detroit can be seen here on WGN at 6 o'clock.
Time now, 7:10. Coming up, Playboy founder Hugh Hefner is packing his bags and leaving the mansion. Get the scoop coming up.
And later, get ready. We've got information about a major announcement regarding tickets for the Bozo show. And guess what? Bozo the Clown is going to be here himself to make this announcement.
I saw him this morning.
Did you?
Yes. Second half hour, we'll see him. Let's take a look at Wall Street. The market is down just over 13 points, starting the day at 46.17.
It's 7-11 right now, 67 degrees. It sounds like it's going to be a much cooler week than last week. Paul's up after a 2 weeks vacation with your forecast.
Hello, I'm George Hamilton. I have a new talk show and a co-host who's thoroughly delightful.
George, if you keep tanning, you're going to look like this in about 5 years.
Of course, it's a life. She was
The best thing that ever happened to you.
Weekday mornings at 9, starting September 11th. Meteorologist Paul Huttner has your forecast to start the day. Coming up next on WGN Morning News.
I'm here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and wipe it off. There's no rubbing, no buffing. Look how New Finish restored a deep, hard shine to even this weather-beaten old car. You see, New Finish is not a wax. It's a space-age polymer formula that shines better and lasts longer.
And here's proof. An independent laboratory tested New Finish against several leading brands of car polish. After simulating a full year of varying weather, New Finish had the highest gloss and actually retained 90% of its original shine.
Next, we polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. After all the harsh detergents and scrubbing, the water still beads. You'll find New Finish is great for fiberglass boats, too. So get New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. And between polishings, use New Finish Car Wash to clean your car.
New Finish Liquid rated #1 by leading consumer magazines, available at Auto Express, Giant Auto, Venture, Walgreens, Osco, Ace, True Value, Track Auto, and Kmart.
And now, if you'll follow me, the highlight of our tour, the Odyssey from Honda. It has a low step in height for short legs. Not 3 doors, but 4, for quicker trips to the bathroom. And it has a luxurious interior, our own juice holder, child-proof door locks, and a hideaway third seat, making room for 5 or 6 dogs.
See the Odyssey at your Honda dealer.
Can our parents use it? Only with our permission.
This weather segment is brought to you by the Pet Practice. There's a location near you.
With proper care from the Pet Practice, they can become lifelong companions. And there's no better time to start than when they're very young. That's why at the Pet Practice, you'll find veterinarians who specialize in turning puppies and kittens into friends for life. The Pet Practice. All the care, all the time.
Isn't that gorgeous? Some of the world's best balloon artists were in town this weekend for the International Balloon Arts Convention. Entrants had 20 hours to finish their creations, and take a look at their masterpieces. Beautiful. The artists use mechanical equipment to blow up the balloons, but they still use the old-fashioned way to get rid of them. There you go. Pop it all.
Yes.
Wow.
We had a really nice sculpture in here on Friday.
It was in our boss's office after Friday.
It's moved in.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
2 weeks away, boy.
Hey, it's the only way to fly. Huh?
Yeah, do you remember how to work the computers back there?
I kind of had to relearn a little bit back there, but I got it, I think, all set to go.
Good.
Nice to see you again.
Good.
Brought some nice weather with me.
Good.
It's beautiful. What a pleasant relief from what we have had all summer long. We've got a great morning out there, folks. Low humidities, a little bit of sunshine, and very pleasant temperatures. Here's a look at it as you're getting started. You can see what's going on. The sun-soaked city this morning. A few of those mid and high-level clouds out there. And we are seeing temperatures right now, 67 pleasant degrees. I believe that's a bug running down the camera. It's bug cam, ladies and gentlemen. And dew points right now are right around 60, so it's very comfortable out there as well. No muck, no humidity. You saw the clear skies, good visibility this morning. The lake temperature right now, 79 degrees. It's like bath water in Lake Michigan. All this hot weather that we've had has heated up the lake, so a dip might be a nice warm kind of dip if you're headed out there today. All right, weather flight this morning. Remember Felix? I remember this almost from before vacation. It's still hanging around out in the Atlantic, but diminishing and expected to move off to the northeast. It's now a tropical storm, 65-mile-an-hour winds. Closer to home, note the clear skies. We've got beautifully clear skies all across the Great Lakes this morning. Low humidities, very pleasant out there. Temperatures that are in the 60s. It's 64 at Waukegan. Our low this morning at O'Hare, 62 degrees. That's our coolest morning since July the 10th, so nearly in a month and a half. It's 59, a very pleasant 59 out at Aurora. The reason it is pleasant, of course, the dew points. They're in the low to mid 60s here across Chicago, but 50s to our north, and our dew points may work into the 50s here by tomorrow, so it's going to feel even a little bit more pleasant as we head into Tuesday. Here's what's going on the satellite. You can see not a lot happening in the way of cloud cover, just mainly clear skies across much of the eastern half of the country. A little lone wolf thunderstorm out in northeastern Nebraska. That is about it, and that's the way it will stay. Courtesy of high pressure centered over Des Moines this morning. This high has pleasant low humidity with it. Lots of sunshine, and over the next 24 hours, it'll just slowly make its way right over Chicago by tomorrow. That'll turn our winds off the lake. There is a little bit more in the way of heat and humidity back to the west, but that will be slow to get here. It looks like it will not make it in until about Wednesday. Here's the daycast today, then. We are looking at plenty of sunshine. Our high 86 degrees with low humidity, a northwest to north wind 5 to 15 miles an hour. And on your 7-day forecast, note the absence of any 90s. It looks like it will warm up as we get into Wednesday through Friday and bring some of that humidity back. But we may just touch 90 along about Friday and then cool off a bit into Saturday. It could be that the intense heat is over for this year, but we will see. We could still get pretty hot in the beginning of September, but for now, no 90s this week the way it looks.
7-day looks really nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to the roads. Hello, Robin.
Hello, Jackie and Sonia. Still working on a crash on the outbound Edens right around Dempster. It's off on the shoulder. That's the good news. Delays still sticking around, but you won't find too many on the west end of the Kennedy. As you can see here, things moving pretty well to and from the Northwest Tollway. Now let's check out the travel times and see how things are faring elsewhere in the Kennedy. Once you get east of here, it'll be a little bit sluggish, basically right around Harlem and then through downtown. 30 in from O'Hare. It's 45, though, going the other way. Real heavy from right around Sacramento out to Sayre. The Edens getting you to the Kennedy 30 minutes, and it's 35 going in the other direction because of that earlier crash right around Dempster. The Eisenhower, 45 in either direction between Route 53 and downtown. Stevenson in from the Tri-State still hovering right around that 40-minute mark, and the Dan Ryan 40 minutes in from 95th. Let's check out the travel cast. Here's a new roadwork project that started over the weekend. Should be done by about 6 o'clock this evening. The Canal Street Bridge over the south branch of the Chicago River is completely closed. You can use Halstead instead as your scenic alternate. Jackie, Sonia?
Okay, Robin, thanks a lot.
There's a new #1 movie at the box office.
Here's the scoop. The movie version of a popular video game overtakes the competition. Mortal Kombat earned an estimated $23 million in its opening weekend at the box office. Rounding out the top 5 movies are Dangerous Minds, A Walk in the Clouds, Something to Talk About, and Waterworld.
Hugh Hefner won't be calling the Playboy Mansion home for much longer. Hefner says the party atmosphere at the house in Los Angeles is inappropriate for raising his 2 young sons. Heff and his family will move to a nearby $2 million home.
The remains of Jerry Garcia will be laid to rest in the Pacific Ocean. The ashes from the guitarist of the Grateful Dead will be scattered in a private ceremony off the Northern California coast. Garcia died 2 weeks ago at a drug treatment center from an apparent heart attack.
Courtney Love is making news again. She was carried off stage by a security guard at the final stop on the Lollapalooza tour in Mountain View, California. Love cried during most of the concert and led the crowd in a rendition of Happy Birthday to her 3-year-old daughter, Frances Bean. She also tried to jump into the crowd and attack fans twice. Fans said she often spoke of her dead husband, Kurt Cobain, during the concert.
Well, we haven't seen Gary yet, have we? He's around, he's doing one of those research days. Last time he did a research day, he was washing the car. Or he could be in mourning. If you picked up your Chicago Tribune, there's a little article on the Century plant at the Botanic Gardens. It's gone. It died late July, and they had to chop it down late last week. But it grew to 25 feet.
But Gary got really attached to that plant, so you're right. He could be in mourning out there.
In our second half hour, battling heartburn in your health. Sonia helps us figure out when heartburn could be a sign of a more serious condition.
But let's check in with Joni right now. She's around town sampling some great French food at La Madeleine French Cafe and Bakery. Good morning, Joni.
Good morning. Bonjour. You know, La Madeleine opens at 7. I'm cozying up to the fireplace. I know it's summer, but it's still so nice. And these guys are enjoying breakfast. What are you having?
I'm having the scrambled egg breakfast this morning.
Breakfast and...
The vegetable omelet.
Okay, well, bon appetit. I have ordered my breakfast for this morning, so I'm going to sit down. You know, the portions here at La Madeleine are so large. You guys got some back there, right?
Not yet.
Maybe not as much as me.
Boy, she's such a little girl. How does she eat all that?
I don't know.
Here are the winning numbers from last night's Illinois Lottery drawing. The pick 3, 213. The pick 4, 2765.
Let's go over to Indiana in the Daily 3, 527, and the Daily 4, 1991.
Oh, it's going to be a gorgeous day. Enjoy it today.
Five ounces of milk make every 3/4 ounce Kraft single taste better. How do they do that?
See, they take the slice and make it into a rocket. Then they shoot it to the Milky Way. And when it gets back, it's busted with milk.
More milk means better taste, and every 3/4 ounce Kraft single is made from 5 ounces of milk, unlike imitation cheese made mostly with oil and water.
It looks like the moon.
Milk makes Kraft singles taste better.
K-R-A-F-T. Want me to tell it again?
In 1920, Louis Darvin went into the furniture business providing personal service, good quality, and low prices. Today, 75 years later, that tradition is still the focus of all Darvin family efforts. Darvin customers know they can find quality manufacturers like Thomasville, Pennsylvania House, Century, Lane, Bassett, Serta, and more in the largest selection under one roof in Chicagoland. They know they'll experience the same warm, personal service Darvin was founded on. Darvin Furniture on LaGrange Road in Orland Park. Easy to get to from anywhere in Chicagoland.
Just take the picture.
First, I hit the purple thingy.
Take the picture.
New camera?
Did it flash?
At Osco, we use the Kodak Color Watch system to fix the exposure, contrast, and color. What you get back may be better than what you brought in.
Very nice. Very nice.
An Osco exclusive. With each print developed, get 2 pocket-sized prints for an extra 12 cents per exposure. Perfect for carrying around or sharing. And 2 mini albums are yours free.
Most stores would charge extra for decorative pieces, but at Tile Outlet, you'll find factory pre-packaged decorative pieces at no additional charge every day. 2444 West Fullerton in Chicago. Tile Outlet.
Marlon's girlfriend forgot to mention one small thing. Her loving husband.
Wednesday at 8 on WGN Channel 9. This is WGN TV, Chicago.
Isn't this a great way to start the morning? How about some pet pics? It's a true Cubs fan. Look at that. 2-year-old Bob from the Kern family in Wooddale, Illinois.
And we have one more sleeping pet to show you. Take a look at that. That's Fat Frank. Now, that's what his family says. His real name is Francois from Bonnie McVaugh of San Diego.
Frank hit some of those pastries a bit, didn't he? This is Fridge. What a neat name. A 6-month-old from Ida B. Mustafel of Chicago. She also has 2 other pets, a dog named Hulk and Sydney the cat.
And now you want to meet Data the cat, named after Mr. Data from Star Trek The Next Generation. Comes from Marla Schofield of Highland, Indiana.
Well, we love getting your pet pics. Start sending us some of your pictures to WGN Morning News, 2501 Bradley Place, Chicago, Illinois, 60618. But remember, because of the volume of mail, we won't be able to return your pictures, and just 1 picture per family. But with all that said, here's a strange and creepy version of pet pics. How about an unusual festival in Cleveland, Ohio?
It's the annual Bug Fest 1995 for all of you insect lovers. Now, if bugs make your skin crawl, this obviously would not be the show for you, but bug collectors gathered to show off their prized possessions. Some were even daring enough to partake in the available insect cuisine. Now, get this, I hope you're not eating right now. Mealworm chow mein and insect egg drop soup. Delicious. I'm glad we didn't.
I don't think I'll try that.
Your face didn't look like you wanted to.
With the fall semester about to start, college students are packing up and getting ready to return to school. Well, besides the clothes, computers, and CDs, some students are heading to the dorms with exotic new pets. Pet dealers say lizards and snakes are increasingly popular among students because they don't need much care. Students also say reptiles are quiet and easy to hide in dorms that don't allow pets.
I never wanted to pack up a lizard and take it with me to school.
I had a lot of friends who had snakes. A lot of friends who had snakes, yes.
Okay. I guess I was just the weird one.
There's a lot of movement back there.
Oh, Mike. Thank you. That's Mike, everybody.
Bye, Mike.
There's one more. Okay. This is from La Madeleine.
That's where Joni is around town on Broadway in Chicago, and they provided us with some scrumptious ones. Let's see, you take this half, I'll take that half.
Okay, that's what? That's not even half what Joni had on her table,
know.
huh?
Oh, no, you take that plate, I'll take that plate.
Oh, we have a full... Thanks. Well, of course, we'll share. Mike, you can come back and get yours, too, later, okay?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, guess what? It's 7:26 right now, which means we're close to the second half hour, which means guess who's going to be here? Bozo the Clown. Important information about tickets. He's bringing it to you himself in just a few minutes.
Plus, in your health, easing heartburn. Sonia has details on how some lifestyle changes can spell relief.
We'll be right back.
There are people waiting in the wings for these, you see?
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
You coming?
Yummy.
He's naturally charming.
That's it. Look at
She's always polite.
I do believe your fly's open.
Together, they're outrageous.
Hey!
Always talking from the heart.
So it's a good marriage. It's a solid and happy marriage.
What did you hear differently? Unafraid to take a stand. You never know what will happen when it's live.
I did it.
With Regis and Kathy Lee.
Weekday mornings at 8, starting August 28th on Channel 9.
Here you go, sweetie. A bagel.
Some people long for Philly from the day they're born. So irresistible, it's instinctive. All that luscious Philly cream cheese. For 100 calories more.
Sweetie, you're walking!
Who can resist? A bagel without Philly is just plain silly.
Kids are really pros at messing up their clothes. Look at those stains. Well, every mother knows they're not a problem with all, so relax. New Color Safe Bleaching Action all whitens and brightens without bleach. Let those kids do what they're going to do. You got ALL lifting stains for you, so relax. The stain lifter, that's all.
There's no such thing as quality carpet for $5.99. So instead of making a big sale out of carpet you'd never put in your home, Olson Rug Company took their top 10 carpets and put those on sale. This is one of them, a plush Saxony from Trustmark that's stain and fade resistant and comes in 54 colors. That's why it's normally $27.45 a yard. It's on sale at Olson Rug for $14.99, installed with free pad, quality pad, and 6 months free financing. You'll get a great deal and a great carpet at Olson Rug.
Fabulous Myrtle Beach, #1 for family fun and championship golf. Call Myrtle Beach Jet Express at 1-800-FUN-TUCSON and fly daily nonstop jet service from Chicago to Myrtle Beach from only $79. Discover incredible beaches, live entertainment, and endless fun from only $79. And for a limited time, fly Myrtle Beach Jet Express and get 2 days of free unlimited golf at your choice of 17 championship courses. Myrtle Beach from only $79, only on Myrtle Beach Jet Express. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON.
This is WGN Morning News.
Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. It's back to work. 7:30 or almost 7:30, 7:29, August 21st. If you're just joining us, at least it's going to be a gorgeous day. 67 degrees already. I'm Jackie Bange.
Looks like a lot cooler this week. I'm Sonia Gant. New this half hour, if you're having chest pains all the time and you think your problem is just constant heartburn, you may have a more serious condition. I'll tell you about it coming up in Your Health.
And as we've been saying for the past half hour, Bozo will join us with big news about tickets for the Bozo show, so keep watching. He will show up very soon.
The last half hour, Joni gave us kind of a preview of everything you could get at this French cafe. She's going to be around town this morning.
And good morning, Paul. Welcome back from your long vacation. What, 2 weeks you left us?
2 weeks, 2 pleasant weeks. Always good to have vacation, but always good to be back with the two of you. And no clouding around in the forecast this morning from the Weather Center. We've got a beautiful day underway. We've got dry humidities out there. Right now it is 67 degrees. The lakefront is at 73. And that water temperature is up to 79 at the summer's high. Here's the daycast. It shows a lot of sunshine today, just a few high and mid-level clouds this morning. Our high today, 86 degrees. Low humidities, dew points around 60. That's fairly comfortable. Our sunset tonight now 7:45. Coming up in weather, how long will this nice stuff last and when will the heat return? Jackie, Sonia?
All right, thank you. It's 7:31 right now. Let's get a check of the roads. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Sonia and Jackie. Be prepared for a long trek northbound on the Tri-State this morning. As you can see, we have 4 different delays that are building quickly. The first can be found in the south end, 95th, into the infamous 83rd Street Toll Plaza. After that, the second delay is from Ogden to the westbound east-west tollway ramp, thanks to ongoing road work on that ramp. Then an unusual delay from St. Charles up to the North Lake Water Tower for really no reason. Then you're tight again approaching the O'Hare ramps. Now elsewhere, let's check things out coming in on the south end thanks to ongoing work on the Dan Ryan. Typical delays this morning, basically from right around 83rd Street all the way to 59th in the Express. It's where the ongoing roadwork shuts down 2 lanes. The locals have East 67th, most of the way into about 47th. After that, tighten pockets from Cermak into downtown. Let's check out how the Kennedy's looking as you make your way outbound. You have a shot of the Kennedy right around Fullerton, or actually this is Lakeshore Drive right around Fullerton. You'll find it slow from Belmont on down to the scene, but after that it's really just building, not too bad. Kennedy in from the airport travel time-wise, still hovering right around half an hour. 50 going the other way, inbound locals and express lanes, both about 15 in from Montrose. The Edens in from Lake Oak Road, 30 minutes should do it. The Eisenhower now 50 in from Route 53. Back out, it's about 40 minutes. Stevenson in from the Tri-State, no surprises, 40 should do it. And the Dan Ryan, same scoop, 40 in from 95th. Jackie, Sonia?
Okay, Robin, thank you. Time now is 7:32, and in the news this half hour, a 46-year-old Skokie woman is the latest person to die at the hands of Dr. Jack Kevorkian.
Esther Cohen, who suffered from multiple sclerosis, is at least the 25th person to have been assisted by the doctor. The death apparently happened this morning in Michigan. No word on the method of death, but most of the previous deaths attended by Kevorkian have come after the person inhaled carbon monoxide from a canister.
Visitation today for Christopher Meyer. The 10-year-old's body was found in Kankakee last Tuesday. He disappeared the week before. Timothy Buss, a convicted child murderer, is charged with his kidnapping and is expected to face murder charges in this case.
After 18 days of testimony from more than 25 witnesses, closing arguments begin today in the sexual misconduct trial of Congressman Mel Reynolds. The jury will decide if Reynolds is guilty of having sex with Beverly Hurd when she was 16 years old as a campaign worker.
A bomb explodes on a passenger bus in Jerusalem during this morning's rush hour. 6 people are killed, 100 others injured. Israeli officials say the militant group Hamas is claiming responsibility for what police suspect was a suicide bomb attack.
The investigation into a deadly train disaster in India focuses on a signalman who may have put 2 trains on the same track. The mistake may have caused a collision that killed 300 people. The signalman disappeared after that accident. Here's a look at what's coming up on WGN News at noon.
The latest on the Mel Reynolds trial. Political expert Tom Hardy will be here with the inside story.
Also, heart attack facts will show you what signs could be symptoms of trouble.
And a look at why people are planning for a hot time when the Olympics come to Atlanta. It's all coming up today at noon.
Time now 7:34. Okay, now we showed the tray right before the end of the first half hour. Pretty empty. Everybody's coming and eaten most of the pastries from La Madeleine.
Yeah, and the reviews have been, I think so, La Madeleine, yeah. And the reviews have been very good, Joni. What kind of reviews are you getting out there?
Oh, magnifique. And so is your French. I am at La Madeleine in the dining area, and I must show you something. We're in all this stuff, le chapeau, because we're going in the kitchen, okay? It's a rule. But I must show you this. This is one of those chef shirts. Check it out.
Oh,
maybe I'll wear this all day long. I know, isn't that nice? Maybe I'll wear this on my next story, too. I'm going to go over to the founder. Here, this is Patrick Escaret. Good morning.
Bonjour, bonjour. Comment allez-vous?
Bien, bien.
Bien, oh, bravo, je savais pas. Allez, let's go to work now.
Oh,
Okay.
definitely. We're going to work. That's why they made me put this on. Okay. This morning, Patrick is going to show us some of the wonderful, delightful foods that they make here. This is Terry Roubolet, the French chef.
Bonjour.
Good morning. What are we making this morning?
So we're making the pasta fruit de mer, which is a seafood pasta. And we're going to make this. It is a very low fat, low calorie, low anything. And what we have there, it's we put first the garlic, olive oil, and then after that we put green onions. And we try not to put the fire to the whole place.
We're standing back.
And you have the scallops and the shrimps. And then we're going to add, some tomatoes. And after that, we're going to add, the sauce, the tomato sauce, which is no-fat sauce, and made with a bunch of herbs, because we use a lot of herbs here at La Madeleine.
While Terry is doing this, can you tell me a little bit about how you founded La Madeleine?
It just happened one day, and I was in France, yes, and I came here, to open La Madeleine, and it was from scratch. What I mean from scratch, because I didn't have any operation like this in France, but with my mother, who is a great cook, so we started the first recipes, and this is one of them, you can see it, which is very light and very good, very tasty. And once again, we use a lot of herbs, a lot of very healthy ingredients, and that's what it is.
Let's get Terry started on his second thing over here.
The second one is a different story. The second one is what we call the strawberry Napoleon, which is a very nice, cake from France. And so you see Thierry put it on top of the puff pastry, puff dough, and on top of the genoise, so some cream and the crème pâtissière, and then you're going to use the strawberries. We're going a little fast because it takes more time than this.
Yeah.
And after Thierry has done this, so it's going to put some other stuff on top. Also, Thierry, you can go. Okay, fine, good. You put the puff on top of this. Very good. So this is a very tasty item. This is my favorite, by the way. I invented it, by the way, a few years ago, and it's wonderful.
Is this low fat too?
This is not very, we can call it low fat, but I mean, once in a while, at time, or at dinner time and so on, this is very, very nice. And we are going to show you, in fact, the end result. So this is the way it happens, when we have built up, the old strawberry Napoleon.
Beautiful.
And on top of it, and here you have what we call the fondant on top of it, which is sugar and water. Then we put the almonds, slice on top of it. And after that, we cut it in pieces, like as you can see on the left. And I guarantee this is the best of the best. I mean, it's so good. Okay, it's fresh, and at the same time, it's very, very consistent.
Can I have this piece here?
Well, you can have everything you want.
Terry, what did we make?
This one is for you. We did a strawberry Napoleon.
Strawberry Napoleon.
Or Napoleon aux fraises.
Beautiful. We want to give you the address of La Madeleine here on North Broadway. It's 2813 North Broadway. We also have the telephone number for you, 477-3173. This is not the only one, though. There is also one at Eden's Plaza in Wilmette. Jackie and Sonia, everyone's been speaking French to me, and I've been speaking it back, but I don't think they understand my French.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Joni, I thought it was interesting that he went to his mother quite often to get recipes. Does he still go back to his mother and get ideals from her?
Let's ask Patrick. Jackie and Sonia would like to know if you still consult with your mother about recipes.
Yes, oh yes, and she comes here every year, and she look at the recipes, and she tell me, hey, that's not the right way to do it, or do it this way, and so on. And it's very helpful, because she has the best taste, you know, I've found in the world. It is wonderful.
Moms always know best.
Mom always the best, but this one is very special. I selected the right one.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Patrick. He was also so kind. He has made a cookbook with the help of his mother and her recipes, and was very kind to give me one today. So
that's
maybe
great.
I'll be using this.
Joni's been treated like a queen.
Yeah, Joni, I love the, what do you call that? I guess a smock. Your own chef's?
I guess.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Smock.
Tell them thank you for us, too. We've sampled, and everyone in the newsroom has sampled, and it's been great. Thank you.
Is it gone?
Pretty much. We've put a good dent in it.
I'm not surprised.
Thank you, Joni. It's 7:39 right now, and coming up next in your health, we'll tell you whether or not that constant burning in your chest might be a sign of just simple heartburn or maybe something a little more serious. Find out next.
Quite a start on Wall Street. The stocks start the week down more than 13 points. It closed at 46.17.
Hello, I'm George Hamilton. I have a new talk show and a co-host who's thoroughly delightful.
George, if you keep tanning, you're going to look like this in about 5 years.
Of course, it's a life. She was
the best thing that ever happened to you.
Weekday mornings at 9, starting September 11th.
5 ounces of milk make every 3/4 ounce Kraft single taste better. How do they do that?
See, they take the slice and make it into a rocket. Then they shoot it to the Milky Way. And when it gets back, it's buzzed in with milk.
More milk means better taste, and every 3/4 ounce Kraft single is made from 5 ounces of milk, unlike imitation cheese made mostly with oil and water.
It looks like the moon.
Milk makes Kraft singles taste better.
K-R-A-F-T. Want me to tell it again?
Can't wait forever.
If you can't wait for a great closeout deal, then don't, because Buick's 95 closeout is going on now. Get the lowest prices of the year on every 95 Buick in stock. Plus, get $1,500 cash back on Buick, Park Avenue, Century, Roadmaster, and Skylark.
Time won't let me.
Early closeout prices, huge selection, plus factory cash back direct to you.
Wait that long.
Now, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
Always there, helping say you care. We're 1-800-4ME.
We brightened your parents' wedding. We brought laughter to your child's birthday. We made the smiles at your grandparents' anniversary. We said what words can't in times of sorrow and joy. Amling's Flowerland, sharing the lives of Chicago's families since 1889.
Always there, helping say you care. We're 1-800-4ME.
Meteorologist Paul Huttner with today's forecast. Coming up next on WGN Morning News.
This weather segment is brought to you by Jewel Food Stores. There's a fresh new feeling at Jewel.
It's a new day at Jewel and Osco. Because now, Chicago's best food store and best drugstore are teaming up like never before to bring you more store-wide values, more store-wide savings, and a greater level of shopping convenience. It's the kind of news we hope will brighten everyone's day. Jewel Osco, working together to serve you better.
Okay, chocolate lovers have been searching for the chocolate on the tray. Paul went out. He found the pastry with the chocolate in it.
Just yanked it off of there, and bingo! Bonus croissant. Is it
It's a welcome back kind of thing.
That's great. Glad to have it. I'll eat it after weather here, I promise. I had a bite, though. It was good. Good morning, everybody. We have a nice morning out there. Yeah, I hope you had the windows open. It was a beautiful night for sleeping. Can we call this good sleeping weather? I think so. This morning, as you're getting started, we have sunshine out there. A beautiful morning for just about anything, a jog, you name it. And the city is soaked in sunshine. You're looking down at River City there. You can see pretty clear, not a lot of haze, not a lot of humidity in the air. And that's the way it will stay right throughout today. Right now, it's 67 degrees. Have you noticed those days? They're getting shorter, folks. Back on the 21st of June, we had 15 hours and 14 minutes of daylight. Today, We're down to 13 hours and 40 minutes, and that means we've lost an hour and 34 minutes of daylight since the 21st of June. So if you notice we're nipping around the edges there in the evening and in the morning, you are correct. And that shorter daylight may help prevent us from getting as hot as we did a month or so ago. Another thing, the cooler temperatures that have been filtering in from the north. 52 at International Falls, 61 in the Twin Cities. We're at 67, but our winds will be coming out of the northwest, so we're not going to heat up. As a matter of fact, we're going to stay pretty much steady here on the temperature front through tomorrow before we warm up a little later on this week. How about that humidity, though? If you miss all that muggy weather, drive down to Indianapolis or Cincinnati, where dew points are still in the 70s. It still feels like the tropics down there, but it's in the 50s, almost fall-like feeling back up around Green Bay and Dubuque, and we're going to be pulling our air, thankfully, from the west and northwest here over the next 12 to 24 hours. Here's what's going on the satellite. You can see plenty of clear skies, thunderstorms firing and then dying down along the Gulf Coast. One lone wolf around Norfolk, Nebraska. That'll meander its way across northwestern Iowa. But for the most part, a pleasant day with high pressure, plenty of sunshine, low humidities. This warm front will begin to approach us later tomorrow, but tomorrow we'll have winds off the lake, so it'll be still pleasant. We'll heat up a little bit, but not to the degree we did earlier on in the summer. Here's what's going on with the daycast. 86 for the high, some low humidities today, and it looks like the northwest to north winds will help keep it that way. Tomorrow, another beautiful day, and then we'll warm up into the upper 80s, possibly touch 90 later this week, but the humidity will be back with that as well before we cool off a bit into Saturday. So not the intense heat that we had a couple of weeks ago, but a little warmer by midweek.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Okay, as always, Robin's taken over the entire pastry tray.
I just pocketed about 5 or 6. You can't see them in my pants.
She hasn't even touched them.
I'm getting on it. I'm saving a couple for myself. You're making your way in from the south suburbs this morning. Of course, you're familiar with the Dan Ryan roadwork, still in the express lanes, anywhere between 67th and 31st. But now, before you get there, there's an accident on the Calumet Expressway right around 130th Street. As a result, slow and on the brakes from Dalton up to the scene. Not sure the lane blockage yet, but something to keep in mind. You might want to try I-57 instead. Before we check out the Kennedy travel times, here's a look at that infamous Ohio exit ramp. You can see the ramp itself is moving well, but check out the Kennedy inbound right underneath that ramp. It's pretty rough. It's on the brakes from Western on in. 35 minutes in from the airport. That's the bulk of your delay. The outbound side doesn't hit the brakes until Damon. You ride them all the way out to Mannheim. Eden's in from Lake Hook Road, still steady at 30 minutes. The Eisenhower 50 in from Route 53. Heading back west again, it's about 45. The Stevenson, still about 40 minutes in from the Tri-State, and the Dan Ryan 40 in from 95th. Here's your infamous travel cast. As you travel around, here's on the roadwork beat on the northwest side, you're going to find some new stuff is being set up today. On Armitage at the Kennedy, they're going to have it down to 1 lane in either direction, doing a lot of that stuff on those streets that intersect the Kennedy this summer. Also downtown, new work on Adams over the Chicago River will have it down to 1 lane in each direction until the end of the year, we're told. So allow yourself a little extra time if you like to speed through Adams downtown.
Okay. Thank you, Robin. In your health, battling the annoying burning sensation of heartburn.
2 new over-the-counter medications are making it easier to handle occasional bouts, but the key word here is occasional. If you suffer from heartburn frequently, you may have a more serious problem. Lunchtime pizza is something Joe Tully just recently learned to enjoy again. For years, tomato sauce and other foods triggered what he thought was a simple case of heartburn. At its worst, he was sometimes taking 8 to 10 antacids a day.
It wasn't excruciating pain, but some nights it would come pretty close to it, where a couple times actually I would go out at 3 in the morning and find a convenience store that was open just to buy a 59-cent pack of Tums.
If someone needs medication on a daily basis over the counter, that should be another warning sign that maybe they have something more than just simple heartburn.
Frequent heartburn is a symptom of a more serious illness known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. It's caused by a problem with the door-like structure known as the sphincter in between your stomach and esophagus. If it's tight, it keeps the contents of your stomach from flowing backwards. If it's loose and weak, food and acid will flow backwards and eventually damage the lining.
Primarily if someone has some difficulty swallowing, that might mean that they're developing some scar tissue in their esophagus because of repeated inflammation and healing.
Other signs include painful swallowing, unexplained weight loss, and internal bleeding. For this condition and simple heartburn, Dr. Sloan suggests people try to make a few lifestyle changes, such as elevating the head of your bed, shedding a few pounds if you're overweight, and making sure you don't eat too close to bedtime.
The more food that is digested and leaving the stomach, the less propensity there is for you to reflux acid when you're lying down.
Many can be helped by lifestyle changes alone. Joe, though, needed the additional help of a medicine that blocks the production of acid.
I can eat whatever I want now. I can drink a glass of orange juice every morning, and I do. I can have pizza for lunch, and I can eat the tomato sauce on it without worrying about paying the price.
People do have to have surgery to correct the problem, but those cases are usually very rare. And I want to stress this is a pretty serious problem. I mean, you think about the discomfort and maybe the sour taste that can be left in your mouth, but if you let this problem go on continuously, it can lead to a precancerous condition in your lining, so it's extremely serious.
Well, you mentioned the pizza early on in the story. What else? What else causes heartburn?
You know what? One of the things the doctor said is it's very individual. Spicy foods may cause a problem for some people and not for others, but chocolate, any food that has a lot of fat, spearmint, so quite a few things. But it's individualized. Everything may not be the same for everybody. So, early detection is the key in fighting any type of cancer, especially breast cancer.
On Wednesday, we're asking the doctor about breast cancer, from prevention to early detection. Give us a call with your questions. Our number here is 312-883-3251, and let us know where you're calling from. I was just a little bit distracted because there was a little bit of movement, because our next segment is the postcard segment, and they didn't have it up here, so they were scrambling to get it up. But the first one is dedicated to you, Sonia, from New Mexico, yes. From the White Sands National Monument, Norma Harms says she always watches the morning news. She says that she's a big fan of Sonia's and missed her when you were on vacation back in June. She remembered that.
Oh, wow, that's very nice. Thank you. This next card comes from Cleveland and North Coast Harbor. Hi, Jackie and Sonia. Having fun in Cleveland. Went to the Rock and Roll Museum, but it was closed. Miss seeing you on the morning news. Sal Sulla, thank you very much.
All right, the next one is from Spring Hill, Florida. Lorraine Dudick of Countryside, Illinois, sent us this postcard. She says Spring Hill is the place along the West Coast. She watches us there in Florida on the morning news, which is at 8 a.m. there. A lot of Florida TV stations can tune WGN, which is wonderful. Spring Hill, thank you.
Also, there's more excitement in the studio because guess who's here? As we promised you, a big announcement about Bozo tickets, and guess who's here to make it? Hi.
Hi. Well, see, it's not Gary Meyer, is it?
Bozo will be joining us in a few moments. Well, he's here now, but he'll tell us why he's here in a few moments. First, let's check out the lottery. Do you want to give the numbers, Bozo?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay, there you go. Can you see them?
The pick 3 are 2, 1, 3. The pick 4, 2, 7, 6, 5.
Why don't you do Indiana?
Okay, sure. And in the Hoosier lottery, the daily 3, 5, 2, 7. And the daily 4, 1, 9, 9, 1.
So well done. He'll be on the set in a few minutes.
Your traffic report is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, where quality breeds success.
The Ford Model Year End Sales Drive is here, and now's the time for truck buyers who've waited all year to save with low factory financing, incredible 24-month leases, and big cash back on America's #1 selling trucks. Now get $1,000 cash back on America's new #1 selling minivan, Ford Windstar. There's great deals on everything in stock, including 5 of the top 10 sellers. Get to the Model Year End Sales Drive at your local Ford dealer today.
Hey, America, just when you thought summer's nearly over, the deals are getting even hotter during the Hyundai Summer Drive. Get a sizzling factory discount of up to $1,597 on an airbag-equipped Elantra. And now could be your last chance to get a hot new high-tech accent with dual airbags and a self-tuning engine for only $79.84. But if you missed the year's hottest deals, that wouldn't be very cool. Get a hot new high-tech accent for only $79.84 during the Hyundai Summer Drive.
A sale this hot couldn't go on forever. After Monday, Harlem Furniture's sale of the summer is gone for good. Absolutely everything is marked at our lowest prices of the year. This Monday is your last chance to choose from every living room, every dining room, every bedroom. At our lowest prices of the year, we'll refund the difference. Harlem sale of the summer. Hurry! The only sale you need to shop this year ends this Monday.
Harlem Furniture, you'll like our style. Get a winning finish with Olympic from Menards. Olympic weather screen adds beauty to exterior wood, plus it seals deep to protect against weather damage. Choose from solid to semi-transparent colors, $11.93 a gallon. Repair worn concrete with Hickson vinyl cement patch. Just add water, mix, and it's ready to use indoors or out. Just $3.94 for a 25-pound bag. Menards pours on the savings for all your home projects.
Save big money at Menards.
It's 7:54, the moment we've all been waiting for. Here he is, Bozo the Clown. Good morning.
What's up?
We have breakfast here.
Hi, it's great to see you. Well, I'm here to announce our great big Bozo ticket contest. Could I have a drum roll, please?
There you go, one.
Ah, we're giving away tickets! Yes, we're giving away Bozo tickets for the first time in 5 years.
Wow, this is a big... Well, tell us a little bit about how everybody gets these tickets.
Okay, well, we're going to be having a contest this September. The announcement will be running on Channel 9 this week, explaining the contest. In fact, WGN Morning News has the world exclusive premiere of this contest announcement, and here it is. This is big. This is huge. This is gigantic.
Here's your chance of the hottest tickets in town. 4 tickets to see the Bozo Show.
I got tickets, lots and lots of tickets.
Beginning Monday, September 18th through Friday, September 22nd, watch Family Matters in Blossom each afternoon from 4 till 5. Sometime during that hour, you'll see Bozo's winning word for the day. Write down the word for the day on a postcard with your name, address, and phone number, and mail it by October 2nd to Bozo Ticket Giveaway, Box 18454, Chicago 60618. Plus, you can also win the grand prize, 20 Bozo tickets and a Walt Disney World family vacation. Experience the new Spirit of Pocahontas stage show at the Disney MGM Studios. Plus, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience at Epcot. Winners will stay at Disney's All-Star Resort. All you have to do is send in a postcard at the end of the week with all 5 winning words. Family Matters, Blossom, and Bozo. Get in to win here on WGN.
All right, so this will be 3 years worth of shows, right? So they can enter, they get 4 tickets if they win, and then the grand prize is 20 tickets. Did I get that right?
That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yes, indeed. So the trick is to be watching our afternoon programming and get a secret word. If you can get 1 secret word, write that down on the postcard and mail that in, then you will win. There's a very good chance you will win 4 tickets to a taping of the Bozo Show.
That's great.
Day. Yeah.
We want to make sure we say this just Chicagoland area viewers,
yes,
right?
Because, we want to make sure that that this gives our Chicagoland viewers a fair chance of obtaining tickets.
All right, we will tell you more and more about it if you missed it, but it is a real pleasure to meet.
Incredibly shiny, healthy hair begins with citrus.